So that looks good. Basically, earlier this afternoon, I did a live stream earlier this afternoon where I was trying to compare uh, four wheels and three wheels, right? And what happened was some points within the live stream, I think the live stream was like 15 minutes long. And then sometime within the stream, I realized it wasn't recording from so it was 15 minutes long when I checked my time. But then when I was done, I saw like it only recorded for like 10 minutes. So the first 2 minutes, yeah, bro, this is live. Okay, so I have my screen here. I can see the the live chat right on my screen here. All right, so when I did the stream earlier this afternoon, it was 15 minutes per my time. And then when I was done, I realized it was like 10 minutes in YouTube Studio. And then I trimmed like the first 2 minutes off because in the first 2 minutes, I was kind of like all over the place trying to figure out if stuff was working. All right. And then just to see if the view was great. Basically, when I watched the video, I was left with like 8 minutes, and I realized like one part of the video had exported onto YouTube like a regular video. So if you check on my channel, I have the live and then I have the regular video, of which the first 2 minutes of the live was like me trying to figure out if my stuff is working. Right. So basically, that live video cut on the part where I got to the disadvantages of the three-wheel skates, right? But just before I continue from where I left off, fortunately for me, I have my notes on here so I can look at this and then just know where I left off. Also, because I watched the previous video just to know where I left off. Uh, just before that, I had a super good skate session earlier this evening. And if you all watched my channel, a couple months ago, I got a new GoPro with GoPro Hero 8, my first ever new GoPro I got with 6 spare batteries. So imagine how many spare batteries I have. I got 7 batteries for this thing because I film a lot of POV videos for my other channel, which I'm going to show you guys later. And what happened is over the last few weeks, that's like 2 weeks ago, I realized the screen was not turning on. The screen doesn't turn on, but then the small screen here turns on and it works. And so I just kept on using it. After I'm just filming POV videos on my bike, right? And then today, I just filmed another video today, basically. And then in the evening, when I took it for skating, I realized it wasn't turning on. Initially, I thought it was the battery, but then it turns out it's not the battery, right? So if I press this for a few seconds, it's supposed to turn on. But then it doesn't turn on, it doesn't work. And I've switched. I have, like I said, I got like 6 spare batteries. So let me just take this battery out. As you can see here, I have another one in there. All this fully charged. I mean, if it works, it would be a miracle, but then it doesn't work. I mean, have a look here. The camera is refusing to turn on. So basically, the new GoPro Hero 8 I got is basically dead. I don't know what to do about it. I mean, there's pretty much nothing to do, right? Like they work one day, they don't work the other day. All right, so just in passing, like it's quite a small channel, and I bought this cash. It's my first camera I bought cash. But then this is just basically like almost 3 months, and this is damaged, and I would have to buy another camera. And it's too much of a small channel. It's not even like monetized or anything. Basically, my channel runs on Patron support, and I just want to say if you want to help me get another camera, the best way to do that is to actually like go on my Patreon and try to support me on there to get another camera. Just for the time being, so it doesn't look like I have one and I'm trying to get another one. I already was trying to get a 360 camera, which one of my friends is going to bring from the US because he's traveling and it's easier for him to just bring it. I bought it off of eBay, of which is not even paid for yet, basically, is what I'm saying. Like, it's not even paid for yet. So I have one damaged camera And then I have a new one coming in, which I'm yet to actually even pay for. And so it's quite a bit of a hassle as it is now. So the best way to support the channel, support me, get a camera, get content going, is to do that through my Patreon, and link is going to be in the description below. So feel free to check that out. Right. And also just, massive thank you to all the patrons I have so far. You guys are super, super amazing. There's people that have been with me, like, especially like super big shout out to Yan. Yan has been my first Patreon for like the last 2 years since I started Patreon. And it's super, super amazing. I don't know if he's even catching up with all the videos, but then, not to say I'm underrating my content, but the number of subscribers I have and the number of views, sometimes it's discouraging, but then also sometimes it's super, super encouraging, because I look at other channels, and like, if even on Instagram, you get people that have, say, 10K followers, and then you get like 1K views, and it just adds up to me, having like 2K subs, and then you get like 50 to 100 views on a video. Like, it's great, and I'm trying to just settle down with that. So it's great. I'll just keep doing the content I do. I so love doing it. But then, with where numbers are attached to the like, where you can see how much views you have, it's kind of discouraging if today you have like 200 views, and then tomorrow there is 50, and tomorrow there is 20, and then there is 100, because you can actually see the numbers. So sometimes it's discouraging, but then, like, thanks so much. You guys always stick to me. I know there is always like 40 people for sure that's watching all my stuff, and thank you guys so much. So that's just by the way. Maybe I would have to like crop this bit of the main video. I don't know. I would have to check the studio later. Right. So back to the disadvantages of these. Like I said, these are the Cosmos skate shells on FR 110 frames, and then 2 FR wheels, and then one other wheel. So basically, I got to the disadvantages where it was like, I mentioned slower acceleration, where I said earlier, if someone wears a 110, someone wears an 80, and then they just take off, whoever is in the 80 will take off quicker than whoever is in the 110, just because these are taller to the ground and they are heavier, and they will take quite a little bit of time to get going. But then one main advantage will be, once they get going, they really do get going. So that's number one disadvantage. The disadvantage number two would be reduced maneuverability. If you have bigger wheels and you are very high off the ground, then it's quite difficult to just like, go in between places, especially if you are skating in the city and doing tricks and stuff like that. Because these are bigger, and you would have to like, going straight would be easier than trying to, go in the way. Like, just imagine a bus and a motorbike, it would be much difficult for the bus to like maneuver through traffic, whereas the motorbike will just like go in between. So let's just say this 110 will be like the bus, and then the motorbike would be like the 80 yeah. Another disadvantage is the 110s are heavier than the 80s. I mean, for obvious reasons, there is more wheel here, and then the frame has to be thicker, and you got three big wheels. Basically, this would carry a little more weight than this will. Unless, of course, you're comparing a 110 to an aggressive skate, which I know some of them can be very heavy. And then the last and final thing will be, skating bigger wheels require more technique than skating 80 mm. For 80s, you're already lower to the ground, you can maneuver and all of that. But for bigger wheels, if you see anyone skating big wheels in the city and they're like, really going through stuff, then that takes quite higher skill. So just generally, I wouldn't recommend three-wheel skates for people that are just learning to skate, unless, of course, your goal is to just maybe go the distance. Then that's fine. You can start on these. But if your goal is to like do tricks and stuff, I recommend you go 80 first, and then you slowly go on to a 110. And would I recommend 110 skates for beginners? Of course, I'll recommend them for beginners because you can just, start from these and learn with these and then get good on the 110s. And for 80 mm, it's a no-brainer. I mean, once you have an 80 mm, it's just easier to go on from there to a 110. But if you do want to just buy a 110 and start from riding a 110, it's still great. 110s are great. You can learn on this. It's just a lot of techniques will take you some time to get, as these are higher off the ground. The boys are texting, as these are higher off the ground, and yeah, higher off the ground basically. And like I was explaining earlier, because they are higher off the ground, your center of gravity is also quite high. So it's easier to sort of fall on the left or on the right. That is if you don't land the trick right or if you don't move right. Whereas on the smaller wheels, it's just, these are very small. It's not that easy to go this way or that way because it's already small and like super steady, lower center of gravity. And so that's about the skates. I really do hope this information is super helpful. But if you do have other questions, you can let me know in the comments below and I'll take those. And like I said, I'm only doing the continuation of the stream because I realized earlier in the afternoon that, like I was saying before, the stream, the stream cut at a certain point, and then I didn't know basically because I'm using the rear camera. I can see the camera, and so I have to use my laptop here to see what it looks like. And also that's why it was a mess in the first few minutes of it. And there is a couple other things I would like to talk about, but then I wouldn't do it in this stream. Probably tomorrow I would make another one because it's past 1 a.m. midnight here. And yeah, that's about it. I would just want to end this one here. We continue the lovely conversation tomorrow where we talk about something else. So I got a couple new projects I want to talk about, and then something about my skate school, and then one other project with a different skate brand I would be revealing later. So there's just some super cool stuff happening. As always, you guys I really do appreciate you guys watching my channel. It's really motivating to know there's a couple people watching. And it's only not motivating for me when I realize like, oh, this video I put so much effort in got just 40 views. But then like 40 views is a lot of people, and I think it's time I started changing the way I looked at this whole YouTube thing because it's something I really enjoy doing, and the numbers shouldn't really be, you get what I mean? Like the numbers shouldn't be why I'm doing it. So thank you guys so much for watching my Patreons. You guys are super, super amazing. Landa is always watching the live stream. I can see from there. I really appreciate you so much. And to all my Patreons, thanks so, so much for your support. I mean, it's really, really motivating to know you guys love what I do and then you support me. So I'm going to keep doing it. Have a great day. Have a great night wherever you are. Like I said, for me, it's the middle of the night. So I see you guys on another stream. Stay blessed. I love you all.